こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we will be studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to stop me and ask anytime. We're going to be continuing with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
開いた。ありがとうございます。わいがついとったさかい当然やな。ねえ、中見てもいい？当然やな。
ねえ、中見てもいい？ So remember, Naka is a noun, so she's referring to seeing the noun Naka or the noun inside. And ne is being used like sort of like as an exclamation to say like hey, or basically an attention grabber. And then the general way. Okay, and then so this is essentially asking, hey, seeing inside, is it good? So it yeah, this ending with tet and then started with mo is how you make this entire action into like the noun, and then you're saying is this entire action good? So ne nakamite mo ii.
ありがとうございます。わいがついとったさかい当然やな。ねえ、中見てもいい？やば。
That's naku or knock.
やば。どうぞ。さっきはごめんなさい。
Uh, Saki wa gomenasai, or sorry for earlier. Yeah, Saki's sort of like a few moments ago, essentially. Like, relatively short amount of time. Though in her case, I wouldn't be surprised if it's been like an hour or two. But it can also mean as short as like a couple minutes. So, Saki wa gomenasai.
やば。どうぞ。さっきはごめんなさい。開いたのね。
Aita no ne, so it's opened. Yes.
どうぞ。さっきはごめんなさい。開いたのね。でもどうやって？やば、鍵穴に開いたのね。でもどうやって？でも
Demo, doyate. Or how did you do it? So in other words, do is like what way, and then yate is to do but with effort. And ending in continuous implying that there's more that could be said but not necessarily being said. So doyat, so demo doyate.
さっきはごめんなさい。開いたのね。でもどうやって？やば、鍵穴にスプリングが挟まってたんですわ。開いたのね。でもどうやって？やば、鍵穴に
Kagiya ni springu ga
スプリングが挟まってた。
hasamatte tandesu wa. Kagi ana keyhole. let's see, Anna Hall, opening orifice. So, Kagiana Spring. So let's see, with the keyhole, let's see, spring hasamateta, which is probably from hasemateita. So hasamaru, to get between, to be called in. So continuous past, so was called in, hasamateta. Okay, and then this needs directions target saying where the spring was caught. So a spring was caught in the keyhole, or kagi ni springu ga hazamatte. Okay, hazamatte tan desu wa kagiana springu ga hazamatte tan desu wa hazamaru. Intransitive, yeah. So hazamatte ta springu kagiana.
たのね。でもどうやって？
矢は鍵穴にスプリングが挟まってたんですわ。
ああ、それで鍵が飛んじゃったのね。
矢は鍵穴にスプリングが挟まってたんですわ。
それで、鍵飛んじゃったのね。So this is short for それで鍵が飛んでしまったのね. But this is the ja or this is the this is the chao or jiao contraction. It's using jiao in this case because the verb ends with de in its te form, or basically d sound in its te form. It's tonde just becomes tone. So sore de. So from all that, basically what she just said, and then kagi ga tonjatta no ne. So that is why the king ended up flying out. Sore de kagi ga tonde jatta no ne.
矢は鍵穴にスプリングが挟まってたんですわ。
ああ、それで鍵が飛んじゃったのね。
綺麗なブーケですね。
綺麗なブーケですね。A beautiful bouquet. Oh, that's a beautiful bouquet. Bouquet. Bouquet.
綺麗なブーケですね。
これはね、あなたのお母さん。これはね。
これはね、あなたのお母さん。Or this, it's your mother's.
綺麗なブーケですね。
これはね、あなたのお母さん。 なでしこの結婚式の時のブーケよ。さ、なでしこの
なでしこの結婚式の時のブケよ。So it's Nadeshko's wedding ceremony. Let's see. Let's see. So it's either, let's see, when Nadeshko got married bouquet, or the bouquet from the time in which she got married, or let's see, what would be a better way of saying that? This is the bouquet from Nadeshko's wedding. Why is Toki used in here, though? Why is Toki used in to mean at the time of or during? Okay, in Japanese, Toki is a noun meaning time. It modifies other nouns by taking the particle no. So, kekkon shiki no toki means the time of the wedding. The speaker is referring to the bouquet used during the wedding ceremony. The structure noun plus no plus toki plus no plus noun specifies the period associated with the second noun. Why not just kekkon shiki? Wow, one could say Nadeshko no kekkon no. Okay, kekkon shiki no bouquet. Nadeshko's wedding bouquet. Adding toki emphasizes a specific moment or event duration. The bouquet at the time of the wedding, which is a common nuance in Japanese when referring to items used during a specific event. Okay, so you apparently can just say it without toki, but it's common in Japanese to refer to things as not just the wedding bouquet, but the wedding bouquet, the bouquet during the wedding, basically having a more time description to it. So, Nadeshiko no kekkon shiki no toki no bouquet yo.
綺麗なブーケですね。
これはね、あなたのお母さん、なでしこの結婚式の時のブーケよ。桜の花のブーケ。なでしこ、桜が好きだったから。桜が好きだ。なでしこの結婚式の時のブーケよ。桜の花のブーケ。なでしこ、桜が好きだったから。花のブーケ。
So, sakura no hana no bouquet, or a bouquet of sakura flowers. Nadeshiko, sakura ga suki datta kara. So, Nadeshiko likes sakura flowers.
さ、なでしこの結婚式の時のブーケよ。桜の花のブーケ。なでしこ、桜が好きだったから。もし女の子が生まれたら。花のブーケ。なでしこ、桜が好きだったから。もし女の子が生まれたら、さくらって名前にするって なでしこ桜が好きだったから、もし女の子が生まれたらさくらって名前にする。
あ、もし、女の子が生まれたら、さくらって名前にするって。So, let's see. Or if or when I give birth to a girl, let's see. Yes, that is okay. Oh, okay. No, this is intransitive, so it's more like saying if a girl is born or when a girl was born. So if a girl is born, then Sakura de namae ni surute. It's morally this is probably this is probably more literally EU, so that's to say or to call Sakura a name, in other words. And then sudo, so doing that. Sudo ni, since that all this is on ni, so doing that action, so going towards that action. So in other words, naming her Sakura, and then sute, which is short for to say again. So in other words, Nadeshko said that if a girl is born, then I'm going to name her Sakura. So, もし女の子が生まれたら、桜って名前にするって。
もし女の子が生まれたらさくらって名前にするって小さい頃から言ってたわ。
小さい頃から言ってたわ。小さい、let's see. 小さい頃。Let's see, as a child, when one was a child, let's see, kodo by itself is just the general, another time expression. And if I remember correctly, Godo, you say Godo when you're talking about recent time things, and Kodo when you're talking about much longer time ago things. So Chisai Kodo is like saying, around the time when I was small, in other words, around the time when I was a child. So Chisai Kodo. So in other words, from the time that I was a child, oh wait, and wait, iteta wa. Oh, so this is the ite for actually her saying it. So continuous, past continuous says always saying it. So then what is this sute for? in this, what is the second sute for I was technically I could stop calling it sute and call it te. This is divided into two main parts: the content of what was said and the act of saying it. Quoted, Moshi onnanoko ga umaretara Sakura te namae ni suru. If a girl is born, I will name her Sakura. The first sute here acts as a casual equivalent to toyu, meaning called or named. Okay, reporting verb phrase. Chisai koro kara iteta wa have been saying since. Okay, she has been saying since he was little. Okay. Second sute sits exactly between these. Sits exactly between these two parts, linking the quote to the verb you. Function of second sute. The second sute is a colloquial contraction of the particle to. In formal or standard Japanese, you quote speech using quote plus to plus you. So, Sakura to iu namae ni suru to iteta. Casual speech. In casual conversation, to is almost always replaced by sute. Sakura te namae ni suru te ita. Therefore, the specific sute indicates that everything that precedes it is a direct or indirect speech being reported. It translates roughly to that in English. E.g., okay, I was saying that if I had a girl, I would name her Sakura. It is important to distinguish Okay, it is important to distinguish this usage from the other function of sute, okay, quotation current case. It follows a complete clause or sentence before a verb, speaking or thinking. So, surut te ita. Topic marker, Sakura surut te kawaii. Naming sute. First, okay, sute. First one in your sentence follows a noun to mean called, e.g. Hey, let's see. Follows a complete clause or sentence before a verb speaking or thinking. So, surute ita. Topic marker, okay. Okay, so if the second sute is for reporting what is being said, then why is there a let's see, iteta after it? Let's see, the second sute and the iteta works together as a fixed grammatical pair. Sute marks what was being said, and iteta is the verb saying it. You cannot have the quote mark of sute without the verb speaking, like iu omo kiku to complete the thought. So sute acts like the English word that and he said that, or simply marks the preceding text as a quote. Iteta is the casual past progressive form of ite, meaning was saying or have been saying. See, without the iteta, the sentence would end abruptly as a quote marker, leaving the listener waiting for the verb. I was saying that. I was saying what? Who's saying it? Okay. Doesn't in this case, sute acts as just to. It Yes, exactly. In this context, sute is simply the casual spoken equivalent of the particle to. Okay, I see. So in this sentence, the different parts of the sentence can have the particles that follow them, but then it be arranged however you want, essentially. So we have the quote followed by this sute, which is to. So this is the particle that this whole quote's attached to. Then we have the time frame reference followed by kata. So this is the particle this time frame reference is attached to. And then the verb of the sentence right here. You can have kata. You can have clause plus kata between the to and the verb. Yes, you can insert a clause plus kata between to or the sute and the verb you, but it changes the meaning significantly. In this structure, kata provides reason or basis for the statement rather than being part of the quote itself. The pattern quote plus to plus reason basis kara and then plus EU literally says saying quote from the standpoint of reason. Okay, so apparently the verb of the sentence or verb of the to, I should say, does not require that it be right after the to. You can have references like kata clause, a clause plus kata in between them. So, もし女の子が生まれたら、さくらって名前にするって小さい頃から言ってたわ。Or from the time she was a little girl, she said she always wanted to have that if she had a daughter, it would be named Sakura. Let's see, 小さい頃から言ってたわ。
だからさくらって名前にするって小さい頃から言ってたわ。
さくら。
あなたがそのさくらちゃん。
あなたがそのさくらちゃん。You are that Sakura. Let's see. Or that's you, Sakura-chan is probably a better translation. Anata ga sono Sakura-chan.
さくら。
あなたがそのさくらちゃん。そうだ。今日の夕飯は私が作るわ。
そうだ、今日の夕飯は私が作るわ。That's right. I have to make that's right. I have to make today's dinner.
そうだ。今日の夕飯は私が作るわ。何か好きなものがあったらリクエストして。の夕飯は私が作るわ。何か好き。
何か好きなものがあったらリクエストして。So let's see. If you have something you like, let's see. Request. Oh, request. Okay. Request. 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 Let's see. particles missing from that? Is there particles missing from... No, there are no particles missing from it. So, Nanika modifies mono. Answer in English. Yes, okay, Nanika modifies mono. The phrase Nanika skina mono. Nanika means something or some kind of. It functions as an indefinite pronoun that modifies the noun following it to indicate unspecified item. So skina, okay, is na adjective meaning liked, okay, favorite. So, okay, so nanika skina mono ga attara request to shite. So, if there's something you like, then request it. I wonder. Let's see. ご質問があれば、いつでも気軽にお尋ねください. If you have a question. Okay, so they do use あれば. I was kind of curious if I should have been using the conditional tada form or the conditional eba form. The translator says no for that. You use eba, but here it's tada. So, let's ask about that. Why does this use conditional tada? Because it expresses a hypothetical one-time condition, an action that may or may not happen in the future, rather than a natural inevitable consequence. Specifically, tada is most versatile conditional form in Japanese and is used here in the following reasons. Hypothetical nature, it indicates a possibility if there happens to be something you like rather than guaranteed result. Using to would be incorrect because it implies a natural law or habitual action. Whenever X happens, Y happens, which does not fit the context of a specific request. Focus on result action. Tada places the priority on the main clause, the request to send a request, and emphasizes what happens after the condition is met. It is the standard form for expressing volition, requests, or suggestions in the result clause. Contextual flexibility, since the speaker is inviting the listener to act based on a potential future scenario. If you find something, okay, tada is natural choice for open-ended, non-constant conditions. Okay, so this is a non-constant condition. This is just for today, hence why she's using tada. This is basically essentially a one-time thing for just now. So, in short, tada is used because the sentence is a conditional invitation based on a variable, not an inevitable situation, making it the safest and most grammatically appropriate form for this context. So, 何か好きなものがあったら、リクエストして。So, if you have something you like, please request.
今日の夕飯は私が作るわ。何か好きなものがあったらリクエストして。はい。さあ、ダイニングはこっちよ。
ダイニングはこっちよ, or the dining room is this way. 好きなものがあったらリクエストして。はい。さあ、ダイニングはこっちよ。ともよ、手伝ってね。
今日は隠れてばっかりや。
好きなものがあったらリクエストして。はい。さあ、ダイニングはこっちよ。ともよ。ともよ、手伝ってね。So essentially, okay, tetsudau to help, or in other words, in this case, implying that help with making the dinner, or help with some aspect of dinner. And she's ending it in the te form because it could, number one, be just a less casual way to say tetsudate kudasai. Or two, it could imply that help with the dinner, and then there's a reason after that, but I'm not saying the reason, because you probably already know it, so I'm just saying to come and help. Is a reason or kudasai the most, let's see, logical thing after tetsudate and let's see, the most logical interpretation is see, Tomoyo and tetsudate is the course itself. There is no reason or additional particle like kudasai because ne serves as the descendant's final particle. That's okay, it softens the imperative. So kudasai is grammatically possible but changes the tone to slightly more formal or explicit. In casual speech among friends and family, ne ending is often sufficient and more natural for gentle requests. Why not a reason? Okay, While kata can grammatically follow, okay. I can't go because I'm helping, okay. Okay, this is less common in standalone phrase compared to imperative requests. Kudasai, can't you directly follow a reason after the te? No, you can't directly follow a reason immediately after a te form if the second clause involves a command. Let's see. The te form can express a soft cause or reason or I'm tired, okay, but it has a strict grammatical constraint. The second clause cannot contain a volition, intention, or command or request. Can you can use the te form for a reason if the result is non-volitional or state or feeling or occurrence. I'm busy, so I can't sleep. Isogashikute neraremasen. Okay. Could there be a conclusion or more details after te? Yes, you could have a conclusion or more details after the te, but what can follow depends entirely on the relationship between the two clauses. Sequential actions, okay. Method of, okay, sequential actions A, then B. This is the most common usage. You list the actions here in order they happen. The final verb determines the tense of the whole sentence. Asa okite kohi o nomimashita. I woke up and drank coffee. Method or manner. The clause after te describes the main action, while te form clause describes how it's done. Aruite gakko e ikimasu. I go to school by walking. Okay. Literally walking, I go to school. Okay. Let's see. I am asking this in the case of in the case of Raises a complete casual request. No reason for additional kudasai. Can a final result follow instead of kudasai? Yes, the final result can follow the tab form, but only if it results in non-volitional involuntary state or natural occurrence. You cannot follow Tetsudate with a volitional request like let's eat or I will pay. So Tetsudate, okay, so Tomoyo Tetsudate raku ni natta. Tomoyo helped, and as a result I felt relieved. Or Tetsudate taskata. You helped, and so I was saved out of trouble. While it works, being saved is a result state experienced by the speaker. You cannot use volitional results. So any kind of yo ending results, or o ending results. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, this is just a casual Tetsudate kudasai, or in other words, Tetsudate ne. So Tomoyo Tetsudate ne.
好きなものがあったらリクエストして。はい。さあ、ダイニングはこっちよ。友よ、手伝ってね。はーい。今日は隠れてばっかりや。
今日は隠れてばっかりや。今日は
今日は隠れてばっかりや。友よ、手伝ってね。はーい。
kakurete from kakureru to hide, intransitive. Notice there's no ga in this instance, because the ga is what he'd probably say is waiga, so it would be like kyo wa waiga kakurete, because he's the one that's hiding. So as for today, I had to hide, and then what's this bakari? Wait, is this the... Bakari? Oh, yes, that's... Oh, so Bakari is an emphatic way of saying Bakari. As you notice, the common way of doing emphatic words in Japanese is to say it with a double consonant. Usually on the second do this on the second consonant. So Bakari, Bakkari. And if you remember from the opening theme song, Bakari means the same thing as So that limit word, oh yeah, dake. Okay, so essentially, bakari is essentially the limit word like dake. Only bakari is gets used in exaggerations, while dake does not get used in exaggerations. So 今日は隠れてばっかりや。So I've been hiding all day. And he's using this here because while he literally has not been hiding all day long, he's been hiding for a good portion of it. Uh, それが友よの大事なもんか? So is that thing important? Is that okay? Is that important to you essentially, or is that important to Tomoyo? And as you know, in Japanese, instead of using pronouns, you just say them by the name. So is that important to Tomoyo, or as you'd say in English, is that important to you? それが友よの大事なもんか?
それが友よの大事なもんか？中身なんや？それが友よの大事なもんか？中身なんや？
Nakami nanya. So nakami, I believe that's like the inside. So as for the inside, what is it? So what's inside? Oh, contents interior, yeah, nakami. Okay, so it's more not so much the inside, more like the word for contents. It's made from the kanji for inside and let's see. Usually just word used in describing, I guess, people. So the person, the character of a person. So somebody, person, one situation. Okay, so nakami, contents or filling. Nakami nanya. So what is the contents?
それが友よの大事なもんか？中身なんや？消しゴムですわ。でそんなもん大事なんや？それが友よの大事なもんか？中身なんや？消しゴムです。消しゴムです。
Keshi gomu desu wa? Keshi gomu. Let's see, eraser, rubber. Isn't komu the word for trash? Komu. No. Maybe I'm thinking gomi. Let's see. Gomi. Rubbish, trash, garbage.
see, and then kesu comes from oh, gomu, gum, rubber, okay. Kesu. To raise, to rub out. So essentially, okay, so this is in its noun form, so it can be used as a descriptor for gomu. So this is rubbing rubber, essentially, or an eraser, as you'd say in English. Keshi gomu desu wa. Keshi gomu desu wa.
それが友よの大事なもんか？中身なんや？消しゴムですわ。消しゴム？なんでそんなもん大事なんや？
Keshi gomu. Nande, sonamon daiji nanya. Or an eraser. For what reason is that kind of thing important? So, keshigomu nandes sonamon daiji nanya.
中身なんや？消しゴムですわ。消しゴム？なんでそんなもん大事なんや？だってこれは。
Date kore wa. Okay, let's see. That said, or from that, essentially. And then this. So, date kore wa. Let's see, well, this is. Okay.
だってこれは。今日からお隣の席だね。よろしくね。
今日から。
今日からお隣の席だね。よろしく。
お隣の席だね. Let's see, seki's chair, and then otanari, so next to chair. So, from today, yeah, from today, I'll be sitting in the next to chair. I guess it's for that, yeah. From today, I'll be sitting in the chair next to you. Yoroshiku ne. And this is short for dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu, which in this context means it's sort of like greetings, welcome, or more literally it's like hello, please be kind to me. Let's see. We're sitting next to each other starting today. Nice to meet you. So, Tonari. Let's see. Tonari. So Otonari no Seki. So that's how you say we're sitting next to each other. See if I just put Tonari no Seki. The seat next to me. And then I add dot of that.
to be, let's see, that's like saying literally to be the seat next to me, or in other words, we're sitting next to each other. So, 今日からお隣の席だね。よろしくね。
これは今日からお隣の席だね。よろしくね。消しゴムないの？はい。
貸しゴムないの？はい。So, do you not want an eraser? Or in other words, do you want an eraser? And then, hi, yes. Keshigomu nai no? Yokatara moratte. So, let's see. Yoi is good. Yokata was good. Or another way of saying I'm glad. But Yokatara is, let's see, more like when it was good or when I was glad. Let's see, moratte, morau, to receive. Yokatara moratta. If you like, you can have this one. Wait, how does that mean that? Explain the grammar of. Let's see, it translates to it was good, but it idiomatically used to mean if that's alright or if you like. Okay, if it was good. Yeah, if it was good. But idiomatically used to mean if that is alright, if you like, or if you like, or if you feel like it. So in other words, if it's good, moratte, te for morau, which means to receive, to get. In this context, it functions as a polite request for instruction. The te form is used here to connect an implied imperative or request, effectively meaning please receive or please take. Usage, when combined with an offer, it invites the listener to accept the gift or favor being provided. When you say yokata moratte, you're politely saying, if you'd like, please take this. Or if it's okay with you, please accept this. This structure is frequently used when giving gifts, food, and favors, ensuring the recipient feels no pressure to accept if they are not interested. If this item is an eraser, what would the full sentence be? If the item is eraser, the full sentence would typically be Yokattara keshigomu wo moratte. Okay. You might also hear a variation depending on context. Let's see. Kono keshigomu, if you like, please take this eraser, explicitly naming the item. Yokattara dozo, if you like, go ahead. Okay, yokatta skutte. Focus on usage rather than keeping. What would be the full sentence with a noun representing the person receiving it? So, yokattara Tanaka-san ni keshigomu wo moratte. Yeah, so moratte is to receive, and the person receiving is the target of the receive, so it would be ni, yes. So that's what this would be. Yokattara Tomoyo-chan ni keshigomu moratte. So yokattara moratte. So if it's good or if it's okay, receive this or keep this.
消しゴムないの？はい。よかったらもらって。これは初めてさくらちゃんにいただいたものですもの。
これは初めてさくらちゃんにいただくいただいたいただいたいただいたものです。So let's see. So hajimete is probably a sentence level being used like a sentence level modifier, the first thing. So then, from Sakura, so Sakura is the source being marked with ni, and then itadaita mono, so received thing, so, and then mono's being used sort of like neg gets used at times, like saying it's a thing, or when you want to basically emphasize a point, it tends to be used for emphasizing emotional points and not logical points. So this is the first thing I received from Sakura. Yeah. Yo would be for emphasizing logical points. Mono or mon would be used for emphasizing emotional points. Is hajimete in the sentence a sentence level adverb and not part of Sakura ni? Hajimete functions as a sentence level adverb, specifically modifying the phrase itadaita, received gift. It is not part of the phrase Sakura-chan ni. Instead, it modifies the entire action, meaning for the first time. Okay. So, これは初めてSakura-chanにいただいたものです。Mono. And notice she said mono instead of mon, like you hear Sakura commonly saying. And that's because Tomoyo speaks very polite Japanese.
これは初めてさくらちゃんにいただいたものですもの。なんか言うたか？
なんか言うたか? So let's see. Said something. Oh, did you say something? And he's saying Yuta, or as he sounds to him, Yuta, because that's a way of commonly saying EU, but just saying it as you. And he's conjugating it this way because he's speaking Kansai Ben. In Tokyo Ben, you'd say it's Ita, but because it's Kansai Ben, he's saying Iuta or Yuta. So Nanka Yutaka or Nanka Iutaka.
いたものですもの。なんか言うたか？いいえ、なんでも。いたものですもの。なんか言うたか？いいえ、なんでも。
Ie Nandemo. Okay, Ie no, or then Nandemo. It's nothing. This it's actually not the negative's not in there in non-demo. Non-demo is short for non-demo nai or non-demo arimasen. But you usually do not use non-demo in the positive sense. You only use it in the negative sense. So even though you don't actually say the negative in that shortened version of the sentence, the negative is implied by the fact that you're saying non-demo, because you only use that when using it in the negative sense. Or at least often. Let's see, is non-demo ever used in the positive sense, I wonder? Is non-demo ever used in the positive sense to mean anything, or is it always nothing? Wait, non-demo is primarily used in the positive sense to mean everything or anything, free choice rather than nothing. The interpretation depends on the affirmative sentence. When paired with an affirmative predicate, means everything or anything at all. It emphasizes that no item is excluded. Negative sentence, it is often paired with negative verb to mean nothing or not anything. This negative meaning is typically conveyed more directly by nanimo plus negative verb, or non-demo can technically appear in negative context. Its core function is affirmative structures to indicate universal inclusion. Okay, so that is nanimo was thinking that's usually negative. Let's see. No, nothing. Okay, so even though non-demo usually means anything, because it's preceded by ie, that means it's not used in the affirmative sense. So it has the implied meaning of in the negative sense. So non-demo is assumed to mean non-demo nai or non-demo arimasen, and that is only because it has ie preceding it. See.
言うたか？いいえ、なんでも。
ie non-demo.
だか？いいえ、なんでも。頼むよ。はーい。ワイの分も頼むで。頼むよ。はーい。ワイの
Wai no bun mo
分も頼むで。
tanamu.
頼むよ。はーい。ワイの分も頼む。
Tanamu to request. So in other words, I request my portion. Or I also request a portion. It's referring to a portion, this kanji, not only from the sentence itself context, but the fact that we're not talking about time and he's saying boon. Yeah, you only use boon for talking about portions, and if you're referring to time, you use fun and poon for time phrases, though it's the same kanji. Tonomu, okay. What is the situations Kansai bin uses ge and let's see, unlike the standard Japanese, okay, de is used to convey a strong assertion, recommendation, or request directed at a listener. Unlike the standard Japanese yo, which simply states a fact or adds emphasis, de in this context implies persuasion, recommendation. The speaker is strongly suggesting or insisting that the action be taken. You should definitely order for me, or I'm telling you, or order for me.
Two-way communication. It seeks a reaction or agreement from the listener, often expecting them to change their behavior or decision based on the speaker's assertion. Assertive tone. It carries a stronger, more decisive nuance than a simple statement. Function as a polite but firm command or plea among friends or acquaintances. This usage contrasts with wa, which is used for the speaker's natural, internal, or emotional expressions or reflections, often without expecting a specific reaction from the listener. So, de in concept is used for strong assertions, recommendations, or requests. So it's not really used for stating facts. Wait, no. Strong assertion would be stating a fact. Okay, so while yo can only be used for stating a fact, de can be used for stating a fact or to make a request or recommendations. Okay. Why no bun mo tanomu de?
ワイの分も頼むで。それまでまたお留守番お願いしますね。それまでまたお留守。ワイの分も頼むで。それまでまたお留守番お願いしますね。
それまでまた see, yes, up until again. So up until again, as for that, up until that, again, okay, let's see. Yeah, Mata again, okay. Rusu Ban. So caretaking, house sitting, house watching, staying at home. Caretaker, house sitter. So this comes from detain, fasten, halt, stop, guard, protect, defend, obey, turn. Let's see, number and series. Let's see. If I just use these two words, it comes to, or these two kanji. Urusu, absence, being away from home. Let's see, house sitter, house sitting. Oh, the word for absence plus the word for bond has to do with, I guess, someone's turn in this case. So absence turn would imply the person that's leaving, not the person that's staying at the house. Okay. Well, anyway, suruban or let's see. So sore mare mata o suruban onegai shimasu ne. So I guess please stay here or please watch this room until I return again. Let's see. Let's see. Explain the grammar of Goremare literally means until then or for now. So up to that point, basically up to the point of time in the future. That's sort of or that, or in this case, meaning that time in the future in which she gets him food. So sore mare. So until that time. Let's see. This okay. So until then or for now, this common parting phrase equivalent to see you later or take care until we meet again. It implies that the current interaction is ending, but not necessarily forever. Mata. This means again or next time. It indicates that the action following it will happen in the future. Then or let's see. Orusuban. Or let's see. Orusuban. Okay. Looking after the house or staying home while others are away. And then the honorific prefix O is added to make it polite, though the overall tone of the sentence remains casual. So onegai shimasu ne. Polite press meaning please do the favor, or I leave this to you. Ne, right or okay. So in other words, the speaker saying, "What? Yeah, see you later. Please look after the house again, okay?" Okay, so the mata is for modifying the phrase after. So in other words, until then, please look after the house again. Or in this case, I believe it's please look after the room. Let's see. This is someone hiding out in a bedroom that is being told this. In the context of someone hiding in a bedroom, the phrase transforms from a simple goodbye. Let's see. No, okay, that's not it. See. Okay, if you say this to someone you don't know, they're hiding in the room. Let's see. It implies a teasing, sarcastic, or slightly condescending remark. The speaker, likely someone who found the hider or is leaving them there, is treating the act of hiding as if it were a job or duty, house sitting. Here's the nuance breakdown. The phrase uses polite grammar to describe a situation that is likely childish or secretive, hiding in a room. This creates a gap between the polite form and the silly reality, which is a common form of Japanese sarcasm or teasing. Little, yes, until then, please look after the house again, okay? Actually, yeah, sure. Just stay hidden there like a good kid watching the house. Okay, but in this case, they're supposed to be there, so... The speaker's essentially saying, right, you stay hidden here until then, or I'm leaving, so please hold the fort down by staying out of sight, okay? Okay. So, Urusuban can be used just for a room and not the whole house. So, Urusuban can be used for just a room and not the entire house. Yeah, so the Suban can absolutely be used for staying in just a room or specific area, not strictly the entire house. While the literal definition is house sitting, or looking after the house, in practice it simply means staying behind in a designated place while others leave. The house and house sitting is contextual. If the group is leaving a bedroom, an office, or a hotel room, one person stays behind. That person is doing the Urusuban, the act of staying. The core meaning is remaining in a fixed location to wait or hold the fort while others are away. So Urusu by itself means absent. So absence turn. So in other words, the turn of the person while all the absences is going on, I guess. Urusuban. それまでまたお留守番お願いしますね. And this comes from halt, stop, and then guard, okay?
それまでまたお留守番お願いしますね。おう、うまいもんぎょうさん作ってや。
Oh, okay. Umaimon, Gyo, Gyo-san, Scooteya. Umaimon, so delicious things, or in other words, delicious food. Gyo-san. What is Gyo-san? A lot, plenty, abundant, many. Okay, so what is this Gyo? Let's see, this is the kanji being used. Let's see, this is mountain and this is... face, look up, depend, seek, respect, revere, drink, take. Aogu. To look up at, to look up to respect. Ose. order from one superior card. So command. What do you say? Okay, so osharu, to say, to speak. Gyo. Let's see. Gyo-gyoshi. Exaggerated, bombastic, highly colored, highly. Okay. Let's see. Gyoten, being amazed, being horrified, being taken aback. So basically, being amazed whether it's a good thing or bad thing. Gyoten. Let's see. I guess the closest thing would be Gyo-gyoshi. Gyo-gyoshi. Exaggerated san, I guess. If you're the person exaggerated, then you're talking about a lot or plenty, or exaggerated, grandiose, abundant. So as for delicious things, or in other words, as for delicious food, make a lot. So make a lot of delicious food. So umaimon gyosan skutte ya. Umaimon gyosan skutte ya.
これまでまたお留守番お願いしますね。おう、うまいもんぎょうさん作ってや。街に出かけよう、一人でいたってくらいだけでしょ。
街に出かけよう。一人でいたってくらいだけでしょ。So, let's go out. Let's go out to the city. Let's see. Hitori de itate. So, method of one person, or in other words, by yourself. Oh, sute is the casual wa. So, as for existing by yourself, then kurai dake desho. Oh, would it not be gloomy? Or would it not be only gloomy? So let's go out to the city. Being by yourself would only be gloomy. Or machi ni dekake yo hitori de itatte kurai dake desho.
街に出かけよう、一人でいたってくらいだけでしょ。ループして落ち込んでなおさら悩んじゃって
ループして落ち込んでなおさら悩んじゃって。So loop shite, so going around in a loop. Ochikonde, which comes from to fall and to pack in, or either to do something. Konde, so like pack in, do well, do often.
but ochikonde is more like feeling down. So going around in a loop or going around in circles, feeling down. No sara. Let's see. No sara. Still more, even more, and this comes from Nao and Sara. Still, okay, more, still more, greater than, further. Then Sara, let's see, growing, latening. So let's see, Sara ni. So furthermore, so still more versus still or more. So still and then growing is still more. Of course, so now sara. So still more. Let's say nayanjatte. Nayamu, to be worried. So you end up being worried. And they're using jatte because it's nayande and not a te ending word. So nayande shimatte is nayanjatte. Urupu de ochi konde. Let's see, I'm stuck in a loop, feeling down, and that's just makes me worry even more. Wait, how does that mean? And that makes. Let's see. Now, so still more feeling down. Still more. Oh, all the more. So being stuck in a loop, feeling down, makes you worried all the more, okay? Or as they put it, I'm stuck in a loop, feeling down, and that just makes me worry even more. So now Sara can mean like still more, still less, or all the more. But more literally, it's like still and then additional, like. So growing and then even more, okay. So lupu shite ochikonde, nao sara a nanyan jatte.
外に飛び出そう。心配いらない。大昔から。So, so let's jump outside. There's no need to worry. Okay, from a long time ago. Yeah, I'm gonna rush outside. No need to worry. It's been this way since time immemorable. Memorial. Let's see. Or in other words, from a long time ago. Ancient times. That's probably a better translation. Ancient times. Tobidasu, to jump out, to leap out. Difference between Tobu and Tobidasu and jumping out. Difference between Tobu and Tobidasu and jumping out. The term Tobi's. Oh, I mean Tobu, not Tobi. The core distinction lies in the base verb use. Tobidasu combines Tobu and Dasu, so to put out or merge, whereas Tobidasu combines Tobu, okay, to jump, to sprung, okay. Generally, Tobu generally means to fly or to move midair and is often used in birds, planes. To jump is usually the kanji. Yeah. Oh, that's different kanji. Tobu, okay. Any questions so far? Continuing. So, 外に飛び出そう心配いらない大昔から
だって外に飛び出そう心配いらない大昔から
So the Earth spins. Surely the moon will spin as well. Or chi datte mowateru kito tsuki datte mawaru yo. Or the Earth's spinning, so surely the moon will spin as well. Okay, so and the da here, from what I understand, is like a way of emphasizing the nouns. And I think the sute is a casual wa. Let's see. Let's confirm that. And GQ datte mawateru kito tsugi datte mawaru yo. And this is the sute a casual Yes, in this phrase, the sute functions as a casual topic marker replacing wa and adds emphasis or concessive nuance similar to or even or speaking of. So I guess you could say something like speaking of the earth, it's rotating, surely even the moon will rotate. So mina hajikete aishao. See, hajikeru I believe is bursting with. So everyone is bursting with love for one another. Let's see. Or no, let everyone burst with love for one another because this is an involutional tense. So hajikete. Hajikeru, to burst open, to split open. Okay, so that's Aishiao. Yeah, love for one another, yeah. Then Tancho na Nichijo, so Tancho na Nichijo, Sujo na Kanjo. So Tanjo na Nichijo is monotone everyday life, and then Sujo na Kanjo, ordinary emotions. So Tancho na Nichijo, Sujo na Kanjo. Mamoranakcha-dame na koto itsumo aru. So, mamoranakcha-dame is short for mamoranakute. Mamoranakute wa dame. So, which is basically not protecting is bad, and then koto, thing. So a thing that's not protecting is bad, essentially. So mamora na kucha dame na koto, and then itsumo aru, I will always have. So something in which not protecting is bad, I will always have. In other words, I always have something to protect. So mamora na kucha dame na koto itsumo aru. Kiro-chan ni omakase. Leave it to Kiro-chan. Shitsumon ga arimasu ka? Or any questions? If there's no questions, they want to raid, so please stick around for that. Okay, so we're gonna raid Japanese with Nako, who's currently teaching Japanese in 4 and 5 and in 3.
Oh, they don't have RAID settings on? Okay. While she's looking at that, let's find someone else to raid for the other 2 raids. Okay, for the second raid, we're gonna raid Elena 807, who's currently studying. Her native language is English, and she's studying native language Japanese, and she's studying English.
Okay, so Elena 807. Okay, and the third raid will be. Let's see. Oh, actually, I just realized I haven't rated MSC shown, so I'll have him as the second raid. Okay. Okay, so. Okay, Brooke Blackburn is playing Subnautica 2, so we're gonna rate him for the third raid. Okay, so we're gonna rate him. Oh, I forgot to set one of the raids. Okay, let's see. We're gonna.
Okay, we're just gonna raid the person watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX who's in the first raid. So, 皆さん、お気をつけて、また明日。Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.